You know, every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay, especially here in Las Vegas, the all-you-can-eat capital of the world. Hello friends, it's me, Shin, and I'm on a quest to vlog every restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip as well as downtown on Fremont Street. I'm 170 in, and this week for number 171, I'm coming to you from the Fashion Show Mall while I'm going to El Segundo Sol for the first time. Really happy to have you along. I'll see you inside. All right, everyone, and here I am seated at El Segundo Sol. Now, I believe this Mexican restaurant has been here at the Fashion Show Mall for several years, but then I recall they reopened in late 2023 after a renovation. Either way, I've actually never eaten here before, but I definitely love the theming. They're going for that Tulum, Mexico vibe. Tropical plant stylings, dim and intimate lighting, with mid-tempo Latin music playing in the background. Full-service bar along with tables and booths for seating, as well as a large outdoor patio looking out onto the strip. Actually, a really nice vibe in here. Now, regardless of the vibes, you know it's all about the food for me, so let's take a look at what they have to eat on the menu. So here's your menu over at El Segundo Sol. We'll start on the back with all of the beverages. We've got some house margaritas here, on the rocks and frozen. Typically, when I come to a place like this, I get a frozen strawberry margarita. Craft cocktail, sangria here. You've got your wine, your bottles and canned beers. And it looks like a happy hour happens here Monday through Thursday in the bar from 3 to 6. Some pretty good deals there for you. Oh, a frozen margarita, $6.50. That's pretty good. And those are all of your beverage menus or beverage options at El Segundo Sol. We'll flip the menu over and take a look at the food. That's what I'm most interested in. So let's see here. We've got chips and dip at the top, bottomless chips and salsa. Okay, so it doesn't look like chips and salsa are included with your meal for a Mexican restaurant. That's kind of a big a gripe of mine. I kind of wish that all Mexican restaurants still did that, especially if you're a sit-down place. Let's look at some appetizers here. Tuna poke tacos, corn fritters, ooh, chipotle barbecue ribs, that sounds good. Got some salads here. And then you have taco platters. Looks like 3 tacos per order made on house-made corn tortillas. Okay, so that always sounds good. I was told you cannot mix and match tacos, but you can mix and match enchiladas, or rather fajitas. So we'll see if we'll need to do that. And here are some enchiladas and fajitas. Served sizzling hot. I always love a good fajita, but I really love enchiladas. Let's see here. There's, a single burrito, but with different protein options there. And then several different entrees and a couple of sides. Yeah, this is all looking really good. That's your menu here at El Segundo Sol. That's a good-looking coastal Latin menu here at El Segundo Sol. Plenty I'm looking forward to trying today. You know how it goes in my videos. Every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay. I'm gonna get a nice variety together. We're gonna see what El Segundo Sol is all about. Appetizers are coming up first. I'll see you a little bit when they arrive. And welcome back, everyone. My appetizer just got here. This is looking really good. Let me give you a view. So I got their loaded nachos as well as some tuna poke tacos, their chipotle barbecued ribs, corn fritters, as well as their chicken taquitos. Looking forward to some good Mexican food. Let's give this all a try. I'm gonna kick off today's appetizers with the nachos. We have some good looking nachos here. I have all the ingredients on the chip. And you could get this with the protein, but I wanted to try it straight up. Let's see how it is. Oh yeah, that's good. Really tasty nachos here at El Segundo Sol. These tortilla chips are 100% made in-house. A very fresh crisp about them. And you can really taste the corn in these chips. Great texture, great flavor, wonderful chips here at El Segundo Sol. You have a really tasty nacho cheese here. Ever so slightly spicy, but very creamy, nice and salty. A nice sharp flavor to that cheese sauce. I actually like that a lot. You do have some sour cream here, providing some cooling. And there's a guacamole on top, although it feels a bit under-seasoned. It very much just kind of tastes like raw avocado. This can definitely use some additional salt and garlic, as well as an extra splash of lime juice. You have some sliced serrano peppers here, providing a nice heat, but it's definitely not overbearing. A very approachable spice here. A nice freshness coming from the pico de gallo. All said, I really like these nachos. A very nice start to the meal today. Next up, the chipotle barbecue ribs. Was not expecting to see barbecued ribs here on the menu, but I can always appreciate a good barbecue rib. Let's see how it is here at El Segundo Sol. No, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of these. Now, I do like the barbecue sauce here. It starts sweet and leads way to a smoky kick. It's actually a very nice barbecue sauce. Now, while I do like the sauce, unfortunately, there's not a lot of it. A lot of the sauce has caramelized into the meat, and while that is nice, it does lead to a bit of a dry mouthfeel, so some additional sauce here would be very welcome. Unfortunately, the pork rib is rather tough today. The pork rib also feels a bit dried out. not all that juicy. Not exactly the most succulent pork here. And because the pork is a bit dry, it makes me want that sauce so much more. This particular dish is definitely leaving a bit to be desired. Maybe it's just a bad timing. I mean, pork does take a while to get to a perfect tender softness. If you don't get to it within a certain amount of time, it could lead to this kind of a texture. Next up, chicken taquito. The taquitos do come with 2 ramekins to dip into, a guacamole as well as a liquidy pepper sauce. I want to try it straight up first though. Let's see how it is. Oh yeah, that's tasty. This is a very nice chicken taquito. Starting with the taquito skin, this is exactly the kind of crisp I love when it comes to a taquito. While it has a satisfying crunch, there's a slight airiness to it. And you also get a bit of a nutty corn flavor coming from that taquito skin. Really liking that here. The shredded chicken inside is nice, soft and tender, relatively juicy. It's also been well seasoned, although I wouldn't say the spice blend here is complex. The majority of it feels like just salt and pepper. I could personally go for a little bit more of a smoky, savory flavor coming from that chicken, but in general, it's not bad. But I'm definitely a texture person, so I really like this taquito. Love the fry on this. Next up, the corn fritters. It comes with an accompanying sauce. We'll give it a bit of a dip here. Let's go and see how this is. Oh, that is very good. I'm really liking these corn fritters. A wonderful crisp to that exterior, a playful crunch biting into these. It's been well seasoned. There's also a slightly nutty flavor from it, from that deep fry. Really enjoying the batter on these corn fritters. Now inside is where the magic happens. You have a gooey cheese that's providing a lot of richness, with actual kernels of corn delivering a nice natural sweetness. Bits of jalapeno also provide a kick here, and all of these flavors have been very well balanced. This whole bite works in perfect harmony. The dipping sauce is something like a slightly spicy lime crema, nice amount of acid and citrus from that lime juice in there, but providing a little bit of additional richness to the bite is working wonders. A little bit of additional spice as well from that sauce. All of this is working together great. That's actually a really flavorful appetizer. I like that one a lot. All right, everyone, now the last appetizer I'm trying today is going to be the tuna poke tacos. You get 3 of these mini tacos to an order. This does look pretty good. Let's see how it tastes. Oh yeah, it's good. It's actually a pretty tasty appetizer. Starting with the corn taco exterior, this was obviously made in-house. Again, a nice robust corn flavor like all of their tortillas and wrappers here, though this has a very satisfying crunch to it. Loving the taco shell. The tuna in the taco is actually quite nice. A firm, fresh tuna fish here with a mild flavor. Dressed in just a little bit of sesame, that's nice. You have some nori and seaweed salad in here, providing a little bit of an additional brininess. And you have something like a wasabi crema here, delivering not only a cooling richness, but just a little bit of additional kick. Flavors are fresh, the textures are nice. That's a good tuna poke taco. All right, everyone, now that's all the appetizers I'm trying today. I'm going to take a few more bites, box all up to go, and then we'll do our first round of entrees. Don't go away, I'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone. My first round of entrees just got here. This is looking really good. Let me give you a view. I got an order of their cheese enchiladas as well as their chicken fajitas, their veggie tacos, their asada taco, as well as their carnitas taco. Now, all the tacos do come with rice and beans. However, I thought it would be really redundant. I don't want to waste their food. So I asked them to skip out on the rice and beans. However, if you were to come here, you would still get them. This is all looking really good. Let's give it a try. I'm going to kick things off with the enchiladas. Cheese enchiladas here. You have a choice between green and red sauce. I went with the red sauce because it's more spicy. Cheese enchilada. Oh, you know, I've got some mixed feelings on this one. So the base of this recipe is actually quite good. I really love the corn tortillas here at El Segundo Sol. You get a good robust corn flavor and a good pliable texture. And so in general, I would put almost anything between these tortillas to eat it. They've definitely prepared this with a large amount of cheese inside. Melty, salty, actually quite a decadent amount of cheese. So I do like that in the center. Now, unfortunately, I'm not the biggest fan of this enchilada sauce, which is effectively half the battle when it comes to an enchilada. There's almost a sweet tang to it up front. I'm genuinely curious how this flavor profile is coming to be. It does eventually dissipate into something more of that smoky, slightly spicy flavor that you're expecting from an enchilada sauce, but that pungent tang up front is just a little off-putting. There is a little bit of crema on the top, providing additional creaminess and some richness. However, I wouldn't say I can actually taste it in the bite. Now I'm actually more curious to try the green sauce. That's kind of unfortunate. I love enchiladas. I wish I liked that sauce more. Now I'm going to try the 2 sides that come with all of their dishes here, the rice and beans, starting with the rice. Let's see how it is. Oh, that's really good. This is actually a really nice tasting rice. A nicely cooked, bouncy, and fluffy rice here. A very satisfying chew. Really good rice. It's been so well seasoned. Salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic. There's also butter or oil in this rice, delivering a bit of a richness, as well as just a hint of lime, along with some cilantro. This is just very good. A really good rice side there. Next up, I'm gonna go in on the other side that's provided. These are the black beans. Let's see how they are. Oh yeah, that's good. These are some very nice black beans. Perfectly cooked, fork tender, nice and soft, but still very much retaining their earthy flavors. They've been wonderfully seasoned, maybe a tad on the salty side, but there's a very nice aromatic spice blend that you can really taste when it comes to the soup that these black beans are in. That liquid layer has a lot of flavor. It's really, really good. I think if they had dialed back the salt even just a little bit, these would be basically perfection. That's a very tasty black bean side. I like that one a lot. Next up, chicken fajitas. A nice sizzling platter of chicken fajitas. I made myself a little taco here with all the ingredients. This looks pretty good. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, that was good. That was a very tasty bite. I've saying a lot of praise about the tortillas here, and no different with the fajitas, they're just fine. I really like their chicken. It is a little bit on the chewy side, but it tastes really great. I love the smoky char flavor coming off the grill marks, and this chicken's been really well seasoned. I love the additional flavor coming from the fact that some of the seasonings have been blackened. It makes for a very tasty bite of chicken. The peppers and onions have been so wonderfully caramelized. They are luxuriously soft, and a nice nutty sweetness and spice coming from them. Loving the peppers and onions, they taste so good. I add some of the rice and beans in here as well. And as mentioned before, these are probably some of the better rice and beans I've ever had at a Mexican restaurant. I added some sour cream for richness and cooling, some guacamole to up the creaminess, and some of their salsa to provide just a bit of kick. This is a very satisfying fajita. I'm happy with this one. Really solid fajitas here at El Segundo Sol. Okie doke, we'll do some tacos next, starting with carne asada. A really good looking carne asada taco here. And as mentioned, all of their taco plates do come with rice and beans, but I opted not to just not waste food. Let's see how the carne asada taco is. Oh, that was very good. Excellent carne asada taco here at El Segundo Sol. Now the taco tortillas are much more like flatbreads. A little bit thicker, and though it has been nicely toasted, it is retaining a good elasticity. And it's holding all the contents of the taco together well. I'm really liking the tortilla flatbread here. There is a delicious layer of fried cheese inside of the tortilla. I love this technique. It delivers such a good richness while also providing some nutty flavors. The flavor of the cheese is wholly transformed, and I'm really enjoying this. The carne asada is so good. It's tender, it's juicy, it's been super well seasoned. A savory, smoky spice blend, just a little bit of tang to the back end. A very good carne asada here. Some cilantro and onion provide some freshness and bite respectively, and I do like the inclusion of the avocado here, delivering just a little bit of additional creaminess. I'm actually really liking this taco. Great start to the tacos. Carne asada is really good here. Next up, carnitas taco. Now this is interesting. I love seeing the chicharrones in here, and I'm seeing that same flatbread, so I'm already excited for that. Let's see how it is. Oh, you know what, not bad. Now again, I don't really have anything bad to say about the tortillas here, especially this kind of flatbread-like variant. I like the tortillas at El Segundo Sol quite a bit. Now unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of the pork today. It's slightly chewy and a bit on the tough side, and I think it's also a bit too salty. Now they effectively have the black bean side, but it's kind of mashed up in here and created into something like a paste. And I mentioned before that it was a tad salty, and so that in conjunction with the salty pork is actually leading to a much more salty aftertaste. I do like the airy crisp that you get from the chicharrones here. And there is an avocado crema as well as some sour cream in here, providing some rich creaminess. Now the addition of the pickled red onions are nice. Unfortunately, their flavors are just not strong enough to break through all the salt in both the pork as well as the beans here. And so the overall bite feels a bit one-dimensional. I wish there was something to brighten up the flavors here just a little bit more. Can't say I'm as thrilled about this one as much as the carne asada. Yeah, definitely can't say this one was my favorite taco, unfortunately. Alright everyone, now the last bite that I'm trying from this first round of entrees is gonna be their veggie taco. I always like to show a good vegetarian option here on the channel, and I'm already loving the onion straws I see on top. Hopefully this is good. Let's give it a try. Whoa, buyer beware on this one. Okay, I need to get a wild disclaimer out of here first. This is incredibly spicy. I have a lot of sweat forming on my brow right now. There is a lot of heat in this. Now, firstly, I will say I really like the textures of this taco. You have a nice soft tortilla. You can definitely make out some zucchini, some squash, maybe some cauliflower, onions and peppers. And they've all been cooked down well, soft and tender. I like the cook. Definitely enjoy the crispy onion strings on top. A little bit of additional texture there, as well as a nutty saltiness that's quite welcome. Now, buyer beware, this comes with an extremely spicy sofrito. The first time I tried sofrito, I had a Puerto Rican roommate who made it, and he kept a big block of it in the freezer and would just defrost and add some to whatever he was cooking. He certainly did not make his anywhere near this spicy. It has a lot of kick. I definitely applied far too much in my bite, and my face is just flaring up right now. That said, there are some nice parsley and garlic flavors in there, but with that first bite, it was really hard for me to distinguish anything outside of the heat. I had to try bites without the sofrito to really make out the other flavors. Honestly, it's actually pretty good. Just be careful with how much of that sofrito salsa you put on top. All right, everyone, now that's going to do it for this first round of entrees. I'm going to go and take a couple more bites. Box is all up to go, and I'll go for another round. Don't worry, I'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone. I was going to go in on a second round of entrees like I usually do. Unfortunately, I'm just way too full today. Usually when I do a video, I don't actually eat the day of. However, I was at a going away party earlier today with a friend who was leaving the state, and so I did nibble on some things during my lunch, and so unfortunately, I'm actually far too full to try and do another round. So I think it's just going to be some dessert now. Let's take a look at the dessert menu together. So here is your dessert menu at El Segundo Sol. Looks like oh my gosh, a churros tres leches cake. I don't even know if I need to read the rest to know I'm gonna get. Let's see here, a torta de barro, a mud pie, coconut flan, and a fried, I love fried ice cream too. But there is your dessert menu here at El Segundo Sol. Oh man, I'm actually pretty torn about what dessert to get today. I'm just gonna flip a coin and I'm gonna hit that order in. And for all of you at home, I'm gonna make that dessert appear right now. And here it is, everyone, my churro tres leches cake. So this is a churro bundt cake, served in the tres leches style. I've got a nice big spoonful here. Now I gotta admit, I am beyond full today, but there's always a little bit of room for some dessert, right? Let's activate the dessert stomach. Give this a try. Ah, that's good. A tasty dessert here. Starting with this churro bundt cake, I definitely understand the influence. You get a churro-like cinnamon sugar sweetness from it. Now that said, I think this bundt cake is a bit on the dense side, a little bit heavy toward the center. I think I would prefer a little bit more of a soft and airy cake. That said, I do like the flavors of that cake. This is still very enjoyable. Now they have both a chocolate and dulce de leche sauce on top. And I like the dulce de leche sauce, but I think the chocolate is a bit overpowering. It's a very sharp cocoa sweetness. You can't taste anything else until that flavor dissipates. A very sweet tres leches at the bottom here. It's rich, it's thick, almost like buttermilk, and it has a very nice sweetness to it. The strawberries here are fresh, and the whipped cream provides an airy sweetness. That's all fine. Honestly, a pretty tasty dessert. If the chocolate sauce was a little bit toned down and that bundt cake was a bit softer, I think I would like this a lot. All right, everyone, now that's going to do it for my dinner here at El Segundo Sol at the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas. All the food you saw in the video today came out to just under $222 before tip, and I definitely did enjoy my time here. I can't believe how good those corn fritters were. I really liked that in the appetizer round, but I can definitely go back for those nachos too. The steak tacos were easily my favorite entree of the day, and I think I tried the majority of their protein, so steak is what I would probably recommend here. If you've been interested in checking out El Segundo Sol, I hope this video has been informative for you. All right, everyone, now that's going to do it for this week's video, where I continue my quest to vlog every restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip, as well as downtown on Fremont Street. Make sure you return next Saturday and watch as I continue to add to my collection. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic week, and I hope you enjoy Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.